Surely the story of a vibrant and mysterious nation like India never fails to spark our curiosity and fascination. This land, the most populous country in the world, is a living treasure trove of history, culture, and spirituality, unmatched in its richness and depth. India is also a marvel of nature, blessed with an extraordinary diversity, from dense, life-filled jungles to rare and majestic wildlife, and the towering peaks of the Himalayas, the roof of the world. Yet instead of cherishing and preserving this remarkable beauty, the world's fifth largest economy appears to be caught in a relentless race for progress. The glitter of wealth seems to have dimmed the nation's vision, leading many to forget the sacred values rooted in the very soil they inhabit. This trade-off has come at a steep price. Environmental degradation in India has reached alarming levels. Choking air, depleting water sources, and ravaged ecosystems are gradually stripping the country of both its natural allure and the trust of international investors and travelers. So what is truly happening? What are the driving forces behind this decline in a nation once so proud of its rich heritage and natural wonders? Let us embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind this pressing issue. Exactly 1 year ago, on April 21st, 2024, a devastating fire broke out at Ghazipur, the massive landfill near India's capital, New Delhi, shocking the world with its intensity and duration. For more than 3 days, the blaze raged uncontrollably, turning the final days of April into a nightmare. As India struggled with searing heat waves, its people were also confronted with a severe environmental disaster. Fires are terrifying on their own, but when flames erupt from a colossal landfill, home to millions of tons of accumulated waste, the scale of destruction goes far beyond what one can imagine. Thick black smoke billowed into the sky. An unbearable stench filled the air, and toxic substances hung in the atmosphere, plunging New Delhi into a dark and suffocating haze. Residents living near the site reported symptoms such as eye irritation, sore throats, and difficulty breathing due to exposure to hazardous fumes. Many were forced to evacuate their homes temporarily to escape the health risks. Initial investigations pointed to methane gas, a byproduct of decomposing waste, as the likely cause of the explosion. While this wasn't the first time Ghazipur had caught fire, the 2024 incident was among the most catastrophic ever recorded, laying bare the alarming shortcomings in New Delhi's waste management system. This disaster sounded yet another alarm, underscoring the escalating environmental crisis unfolding in India, where smoldering garbage mountains burn not only with fire, but with years of neglect and indifference. You might not yet grasp the sheer scale of this landfill, so allow me to paint a picture. Ghazipur is an enormous heap of waste, accumulated from nearly 20 million residents of New Delhi, along with countless factories in the surrounding area. The landfill towers at 65 meters high, nearly the height of the iconic Taj Mahal, and spans the equivalent of 40 football fields. It looms over nearby homes like a giant shadowy presence. What's even more alarming is that Ghazipur is just one of approximately 3,000 overburdened landfills scattered across India. These garbage mountains aren't just passively decomposing, they're continuously releasing toxic gases into the atmosphere, contributing severely to air pollution. Even worse, leachate from these sites is seeping deep into the ground, silently and persistently contaminating underground water sources. With scenes like this, it's little wonder that India ranks among the most polluted countries in the world. The story of the Ghazipur landfill is merely the tip of a much larger, submerged iceberg. Beneath it lies a grim and complex portrait of the environmental crisis India is currently grappling with. Scientists have long warned that climate change, compounded by unchecked urbanization, is intensifying the country's pollution crisis. But the deeper root of the problem lies within human behavior, both in awareness and in action. Improper waste management, rampant littering, and a lack of investment in sustainable solutions have all contributed to an environmental emergency of unprecedented scale. While major cities like New Delhi are struggling to cope with the toxic air, remote rural areas are also bearing the brunt of this crisis. Rivers are being poisoned by untreated wastewater and industrial chemicals. Ecosystems are being destroyed. People are suffering the consequences, ranging from respiratory illnesses to severe skin conditions. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and agriculture, the livelihood of millions, is under serious threat due to contaminated soil and dwindling clean water supplies. The result, toxic food, broken supply chains, and widespread food insecurity. On the government side, numerous initiatives have been launched, from waste recycling programs and renewable energy incentives to public awareness campaigns. Yet the outcomes remain limited. Promising environmental policies often collapse under the weight of short-term economic interests, a lack of manpower, and, most critically, a deficit of political will. All of this has left India's environmental rescue efforts fragmented, sluggish, and insufficient to spark a true transformation. It comes as no surprise that India ranks among the most air-polluted nations on the planet. The air quality here is not just alarming, it's having a direct and daily impact on the lives of millions. In New Delhi, one of the most polluted cities in the world, the crisis reaches its peak every year during late autumn and early winter. The skies take on a haunting yellow-gray hue, a signature of seasonal smog. And year after year, front-page headlines warn of the return of the infamous toxic smog season, each wave more dangerous than the last. Citizens rush to buy air purifiers in a state of growing anxiety, as if bracing for a public health emergency. In many areas of New Delhi, the Air Quality Index, AQI, regularly soars past 500, a level experts classify as severe, with long-term exposure potentially shaving an entire decade off the average lifespan. Throughout the capital region, covering parts of Delhi, Noida, Ghaziabad, and Gurugram, thick smog blankets the cityscape. Residential neighborhoods such as Anand Vihar, Dwarka, and Vasant Vihar have recorded some of the worst AQI levels ever documented, 1,105, 1,057, and 1,041, respectively. This is not just an environmental emergency, it is a crisis on a scale unseen anywhere else in the world. One of the primary contributors to Delhi's deteriorating air quality is the widespread practice of stubble burning in agricultural states like Punjab and Haryana. Each autumn, vast plumes of smoke and fine particulate matter are released into the atmosphere as farmers set fire to leftover crop residue, a practice that has become an annual environmental hazard. This burning significantly increases the concentration of PM 2.5, the fine particles known to pose serious health risks, penetrating deep into human lungs and bloodstream. Despite government efforts, ranging from outright bans on stubble burning to tighter vehicle emissions controls, the air continues to grow thicker with each passing year. Authorities have implemented various mitigation measures, increasing the frequency of mechanical street sweeping, spraying water and dust suppressants on roads, and enforcing dust collection protocols at designated sites. Yet the impact has been minimal. The air remains toxic, the skies remain gray, and the same questions continue to echo among frustrated citizens. Why is it the same every year? Why does nothing ever change? Thank you for watching until the end. If you have any thoughts, insights, or suggestions about India and its environmental issues, feel free to share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you.